All right, I'm ready whenever y'all are.
Okay, so just to make sure the microphone is working, I'm just going to have you say and spell your first and last name.
Okay. It's Christina Martinez, Christina, Martinez, Martinez.
And what's your relation to JJ?
JJ was my brother. He was my only sibling that I had left.
Okay. So what was it like for you today, sitting and waiting and then finally hearing the verdict?
Well, ever since this happened in October, you know, it's been a long process of trying to keep our mouths shut and trying to find what information we can. It's extremely hard for my mother, considering she's already lost a child in '96 to murder, and then now my brother, she lost him to what we consider murder. She's been taking it very hard. Of course, we all have. We're all victims as far as losing a loved one, because it hurts no matter what, no matter how long ago it happened. It's still fresh in our memories. And a lot of information has come to light today that we were unaware of because we were unable to obtain because it was an open case. So now that a lot of the information is out there and what they say happened, you know, it kind of makes it worse to think that they're making my brother out to be the bad guy. Yes, he did have a criminal history. Yes, he did. I'm not saying he didn't. You know, it's hard to find anybody in this county that hasn't had a criminal history. I'm not saying to the extent of my brothers, but yet we're all, no matter what our criminal history is, we should all be protected equally of the law, you know. And yes, it is their job to protect and serve. And yes, he did seek help through the pavilion, but yet the pavilion denied him because he didn't hurt anybody yet. And I hate to say it, but if he would have been committed in September, none of this would have happened in October. And if he was such a scary guy as Tracy Mares and Paula say, then why would she leave the baby there? Why weren't further actions taken? Why so many protective orders yet to be bailed out the very next day by her, to be filed again the next week? Why was that allowed? Something should have been done about that a long time ago, and then, like I said, this wouldn't have happened. There's several situations that could have been prevented. There was a lot of measures that could have gone to prevent this crime from happening. And I just want, I want to thank the jury for all of their time and all of their consideration that they took into this case. And I want the public to know out there that we're not going to give up. Me and my family will not give up until we get justice for Johnny. And I don't know how far we're going to have to take it, but we're willing to take it to the very end, because nobody deserves to be treated like that. It should only take one shot to disarm somebody with a knife, a can opener, whatever. It doesn't take that many shots to disarm somebody.
So do you think it wasn't fair? I
think it was very unfair. As far as the number of shots, they didn't have to shoot him 5 times. They could have tased him first. They could have hit him with their nightsticks. They could have tackled him. More than one officer could have tackled him. I really don't think they needed to take it to this extent that they did. And I'm not blaming all of the officers that were there. I'm not saying they didn't do their job. I'm not saying they didn't go above and beyond their job as far as to help my brother, because through the course of a year, there has been several officers going to their residence, yes. But no, they didn't have to go to that extent as far as taking my brother's life.
So what do you hope for the future?
For the future, I'm hoping for, that's a big question. I'm really hoping for better police training, because this is a tragedy that's going on across the nation. So many lives have been taken, and so many families are affected by these lives that are being taken by these officers who are supposed to protect and serve us. We're supposed to feel safe around these officers and whatnot, but yet there's so many around the nation that are taking lives, and none of them are getting, I don't even know the word.
Indicted.
Indicted, yes, they're all getting acquitted. There's nobody getting taken to court or further charges because they're the police officers. That needs to change. We are citizens of the United States of America, and we do have rights. And It's about time that we stand up for our constitutional rights, our amendment rights, our Texas amendment rights. We have that right. It's just to us. It's up to us as the public to fight for these rights. How we're going to do that, I do not know, because they're bigger than we are, you know. But that's what I would like to see come out of this, is better police training, mandatory training throughout the years, no matter how long you're on the service. No matter how long you're a police officer, you should have mandatory training every year. If you're fresh out of the academy, then you should be, you know, on it. You should be fresh. The skills should be fresh on your mind as far as what procedures to go through and what not to do. And I know what it feels like to be a family member who loses somebody to a police shooting like this. So my heart goes out across the nation to all the victims of tragedies like this, because it is hard, and it is crushing to get the verdict back saying that they're not going to pass the bill. It's not only crushing emotionally, but mentally, and at the same time it kind of shoots you down, no pun intended, as far as what to do next, as far as what steps to take next, and where to turn, and who to turn to, and who's willing to help you take on a case to this magnitude. Believe me, it's hard. I've tried. I'm still looking for people to help us. So if anybody knows anybody who's willing to help us or has any information as far as our next step to go towards the civil process, I'm willing to take any information that I can.
Do you still have questions that remain unanswered, or do you feel like today kind of wrapped everything up for you?
We do. We'll always have questions that will probably be unanswered until we get to that point, as far as how many protective orders can one person file on somebody before criminal action is taken. We have several questions. My mom has several questions, and she's just unable to control her emotions right now. And I understand that. It's hard for me to even sit here right now and not cry and not be mad. But yeah, there is several questions that we still have unanswered. Several questions. But, you know, we just got to have faith and let go and let God, and have faith that it's all part of God's plan.
Well, thank you for talking with us. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. You're very brave.
Oh, I feel so scared and nervous right now.
Oh, you were great. It was wonderful. I'm sorry that today didn't turn out how you hoped.
But you know what? When one door closes, there's another door that opens. So maybe this is the door that we needed closed to further our civil case, because we are planning to pursue further charges. And maybe now that's what we needed to go even bigger. So, because it's all over. It's all over the nation, going on all over the nation. And I don't know if it's the training that they're getting, or if they just feel big and bad because they have a badge. You know, it's crazy. It is crazy. But I'll give you my email address and my phone number and whatnot and stuff. So
we'll take the microphone.